Okay, so I'm not sure if they're both two ways of getting to the same place. By that I mean there was 3 exits here. Yeah, this one. I'll have a look at this one this time. I mean, surely this is heading into a boss battle. Oh boy. Wow. Okay, this is some arena. Probably shouldn't have started the battle with fire with the hand lantern. Orphan of Kos. Nice of it to crawl out there, the giant fucking blade. Ah, Kos. Or should I say Cosm? Well, prepare to get fucked! Woohoo! Yeah, it starts all slow and friendly. Just wonder how much this thing's going to be able to transform. Obviously you've got to not let it string attacks together. I don't even know what that one was, but okay. Okay, so when it goes into a frenzy of like hitting 3 times in a row. Then you got to watch out. I think the first form is probably a bit more susceptible to things like visceral attacks, I would say. So yeah, I think I'll start with Ludwig's Blade this time and see if I can get some viscerals in there. I'll need to head back to the Hunter's Dream in order to change my runes, and I'll be back. Okay, this is probably the only solid attempt I'm going to have before I have to go and farm some blood vials, so let's just see what happens. This time I'll be trying to get a few viscerals early on to see what happens. The blade's more powerful than it's been, to be honest, so I might get some good damage in. Okay, well I can have more attempts, but I didn't even get a chance to use the blood vial there. So this time it started off with combos. Last time it just done singular hits. Fine. If that's how you want to play it. I think I've got to remember to send the elevator back up to make my path back down more quickly. Okay, turn number 3. I just love this setting though, it's really... Okay, okay. Alright, we get it. You're angry. You've been orphaned. I thought I strafed that. Come on. He does go pretty crazy. Look how much reach it has when it stretches out. Wow. It wasn't hunting me down like this in the first attempt. Sometimes I feel like the game, like on your first attempt, it makes life a bit easier for you on purpose. Oh, that was really close. Oh. That one there recovers really quick. Oh. Whoa. That's the worrisome one. Oh, it just got in before I could get the blood vial. So yeah, that's the first like semi-legit attempt. So this one is going to be difficult. Look how big that health bar is and how slowly it's going down. So despite Ludwig's blade being fully powered up, it's going to need a lot. So we've got some work to do. What I'll do is probably end the session here. I need to... I'll probably get myself a nice big healthy chunk of blood vials before I return, and I'll come back in the next session because it's already been about 3 hours and I probably won't have time after this one. We have reached the Orphan of Kos, and as he's one of the later stage enemies of the DLC, I assume this is going to be even harder than Lady Maria. So Lady Maria took I think maybe 5 or 6 goes, but I think I punched above my weight a little bit for that one. So I feel like Orphan of Kos is going to be another one of these. Probably somewhere in between Lady Maria and Ludwig that took like probably 30 to 40 attempts. So look, the pistol is a quicker draw than the blunderbuss, allowing for speedier responses to attacks. So I feel like in a fast-paced boss battle where you're against something that's like basically endgame level, I feel like surely having something like this is better than having the blunderbuss. That's the impression that I get. I mean, these all look big and heavy, so I feel like it's either the Evelyn or it's going to be the Hunter pistol. I mean, I don't need the 16,000 blood echoes, so I'll probably get the Hunter pistol, and I'll swap my blunderbuss with that and see how we do. So I'll probably head to the place where there was like those kind of sluggy looking enemies that gave 1,300 or so blood echoes, so I'll farm a few of those and then I'll come back. So this is literally the first time in the game that I brought a different gun. I started with the blunderbuss and I've just kept that for the whole thing. So we'll go with this. Okay, I am ready to resume, and we will try and take on the Orphan of Kos in this session. So I might be spending the next 2 hours fighting this thing. We'll have to see how it goes. I feel like the whirligig saw is good for counter-attacks after you dodge an initial one, so that's why I'll probably try this one again instead of Ludwig's blade, because Ludwig's blade wasn't doing much damage either. Okay, I think this is attempt number 3. Of probably like 30 plus, because we haven't even seen the later forms yet. Yeah, it's another one of these battles where strafing away is difficult. Like Lady Maria, I think that one of the main reasons Lady Maria didn't take so many attempts was because if you strafed away from her 3 or 4 times, you covered enough distance and she wasn't sprinting towards you or jumping towards you, and you had time to get a few blood vials in and recover. But I think with the Orphan of Kos, that's not going to happen. So we've got to be careful. He's a whole different ball game, I think. Lady Maria was cool, but Kos is a different proposition, I think. I'm not really sure if it's blood damage that I'm taking. I mean, the thing that he has in his hand is like a placenta-looking thing. I mean, it's so I get myself white gloves because they give me 20 more blood protection, which I'm sure will make all the difference. Ah, I thought the 3rd hit would have made that. Shit. Only thing I can say is, damn it, slightly better attempt. Only thing I can say is when I see that it's jumping up towards me, when I strafe towards him, then it's not so bad. So I dodged a fair few attacks by strafing into it and kind of letting it overshoot. So that's something that seems to be working. Literally every time I wake up here, I don't know where the flipping gate is. I think it's this bit. It kind of blends. When you look at it from this angle, it looks closed. So because I don't see it like this, I don't always see it when I spawn. But yeah, this boss battle is like pretty much an exercise in almost all of the bosses so far. I'm trying to think, like, for the DLC, the order of the day has been evasion, man. Every single boss has required you to be very evasive. So it's been all about timing the strafes. Now, I've been doing that, but I've been forgetting to try and get some viscerals in now that I have a quicker weapon. Let's see if it's possible. That one is just so powerful. It's a lot of damage. Lot of damage. When he does his big attack, the one that's like an uppercut, that takes away about 60 to 70% of my HP. So it forces me to recover, and if I can't, then I'm fucked. So I can kind of stagger it a bit, but in terms of getting a visceral, it's looking very difficult. Lady Maria was way easier to get a visceral on. So much damage. I've got to figure out if there's something that can give me better defense against this thing. But I'm not sensing a visceral chance here. No, you see, that's like the best you can get, it seems. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Ah, okay. Right, I got it. That's interesting. Super aggressive. So when it charges towards you, if you can catch that. A lot of the times though, the bullets kind of go over. Like there, I think. So it's a bit weird because you need to kind of keep your distance. Right. You see, the fact that that attack does less damage than the second one is a bit strange. Okay. So there is a visceral opportunity, but the window seems pretty small. But given that I have almost 600 bullets, I think it's worth experimenting with. I'm just thinking, man, with the Gatling gun, if you had a really high blood tinge stat, I feel like you could probably cheese a lot of bosses with the Gatling gun, because with the fact that you can use blood bullets, you just gotta farm the bone marrow ash thing. And there you go. So this little trick of sending the elevator back up saves me like 20 seconds every time. Which, given the fact that you're going to have like 30 attempts, is probably important. But this is one of these battles where I haven't even really got close yet. Normally, like, within the first few attempts, I have one where I get to about halfway. I think I've done maybe like 25-30% damage maximum so far. I just like the counter-attacking capability of this weapon. And if I can get 2 hits in, it does almost 200 more damage than Ludwig's blade. So that's it. Stay in it, man. Stay in it. Ah, if I can just get that one as well. Double hit. Okay, now get in. Too slow. Too slow. Too slow. Right, here we go. First time we've seen the second form. Is it still going to be as linear as it was before? Fucking hell. I don't even know what that was. Fuck my life. Music's intensifying. Ouch. Fucking hell. Can't even lock onto it right now. Ah. Keep losing the lock. That's a mistake. Okay, stay in it, man. Get back, get back. No, 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 no. It's so aggressive. I can't lock off. Oh. Oof. Damn it. Okay, that was a good attempt. Good attempt. I went from not even being able to do more than like 20-30% to getting it down to about 15. So that was a good effort. That last form is a nut. I wonder if I should switch to... I feel like for the last form I should probably switch to Ludwig's blade again. Because it's too quick. I don't really have time to get more than one hit in with this, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. I feel like I've got the measure of the earlier forms to some extent. Mostly kind of strafing into the attacks and trying to stay away at the right times. What? I was behind it there. I think if it uses the kind of ropey one too many times, then I'll die. Because the ropey one has basically a 360-degree range, so strafing towards it or behind Kos, the Orphan of Kos, is not going to help. So I think there's a little bit of a luck element, depending on what moves it chooses. That was weird. I think I got counter attack there. That's why I couldn't get up. Ah. Damn it. No. I strafed the wrong way. It's too instinctive to strafe backwards and away. I've got to remember, when it's doing like a combo thing, I'm going to strafe forwards. Strafe into the attack. It's counterintuitive for me. I've not been doing it pretty much at all in the playthrough. As long as I can start to handle... If I can recover after being hit the first time when there's another couple of attacks coming up, that's when the first form will start to be beaten quite reliably. Oh, come on! I mean, the fact that you're trying to strafe away from it, it hits you, and then you spend like a couple of seconds on the ground where it can run up to you and just kill you. That's a little bit annoying. The blast radius is just difficult to deal with. If there's something behind you, even if you strafe it laterally, it hits something behind you and explodes and you still get hit from it, so it's a little bit annoying. So on the one hand, you've got to stay away because of the ropey, swingy 360 attacks. And then you have to deal with those blood bomb things. So it's difficult. It's just so violent and vicious. Really hard to deal with. I didn't think it was going to do 2 in a row. Come on now. What the fuck? So having some decent attempts. It's another one of these where the more I get to second form, it's only a matter of time. I think once I get to second form like 10 times, I probably would have made it. I've only been there twice so far. But we'll get there. First form's becoming more reliable. You see, most of the time I end up strafing round that. I don't see why that first time I got hit, so... I feel like that one's a little bit inconsistent sometimes. Because when I do strafe it and I do evade the attack, it looks like I'm kind of clipping through the cord or whatever that's keeping the thing attached. But it works like 80% of the time. So the one time you do fail it, you take a lot of damage. I think in an attempt where something like that happens, I'm just gonna take much more risk. If I can make a comeback in the battle, like do like 25-30% damage by taking almost no damage myself, then I'll continue it. If not, I'll probably die anyway. Because of that logic, my attempt counts can be a bit inflated, because there's a lot of attempts where, because I don't want to waste blood vials, I just go in and I don't heal sometimes. Especially if I've had a bad start, I just won't bother to heal with blood vials, because I'm going to need those. See again, like what? Played out exactly the same as the first attempt. Yeah, fuck off. See, I don't know why that time it doesn't work. It doesn't really make sense, but... I don't know. I'm not sure about the reason for the inconsistency. I mean, it's clear. The move, when he puts his head down, he charges towards you to give you that big uppercut move. It's annoying because it's one of the most damaging moves it has, so if your visceral doesn't work, you take a lot of damage from it, and you get knocked off your feet and all that stuff. So I'm still kind of debating against whether it's worth playing it this way or not. I'm still unsure about the visceral route. I'm still experimenting with it, but I just don't feel like it's consistent enough. I'm going to head back to this. I've not liked my attempts with the viscerals. I've edited those out. You get the idea. I tried to do a visceral. I failed. I got killed. Blah blah blah. I can land them, but they're not consistent enough. I feel like it's like a 30% success rate, and the penalty for missing is too great. So I still don't get the logic behind that move. Let me try getting close again. I'm not sure what happened there. In the second form, I'm still not sure whether I should be keeping my distance or whether I should be coming in close. Because it feels like most of the attacks it has are very, very 360, and it spins itself around very quickly as well. So I feel like I'm quite vulnerable when I go in close. But then when I go far out, then we have the bolt stuff, so I'm not really sure. I need to get to the second form more often to be able to actually realise what I can do. Next time I've got to remember to switch weapons. I feel like Ludwig's Blade is the better choice for Form 2. Because most of the time when I strafe to dodge its attacks, we're very close quarters. So the range I don't think is as important as Form 1. Yeah, that's the combo that takes away your entire health bar before the third hit, pretty much. It's a bad attempt anyway. Wow, okay, got angry. Got angry. Just strung together too many good attacks there. Okay. Again, I don't even know what happened there. But I did manage to get in the R2, which was what I wanted to do. And I think it did about 50% more damage than the R1 attack. So I've got to remember that. When I see a window for it, I've got to go for it. Now, when it follows up the 2-hit combo with the wide-ranging, stringy one, very hard to deal with. But these are the kind of attempts I'd prefer, where I use like 3 blood vials and I do 30%, over the ones where I use 15 and I do 50. Because those attempts are probably not going to get me anywhere anyway. We almost never use bolt paper. Ouch. Wow. The trouble is we lose. I mean, again, it feels a little bit like choice. It just depends on what kind of choice it makes. If it wants to just be up in the air and blasting those things all day long, then there's not much we can do. Okay, that didn't last long. So it's starting to become a bit more like Ludwig now. I'm getting to the second form much more quickly and reliably, but second form is fucking me up. I'm not even having time to like change my weapon and all that kind of stuff. It's just, it gets manic as soon as you get to the second form. Strafed in the wrong direction. I was supposed to strafe to its left, strafe to its right by accident. Well, I didn't try to do it, but you know. Really need some better attempts, man. The energy that I had at the start of the session is slowly starting to get sapped away now. It's been about an hour and a half, well, maybe about an hour and 15. And I'm still slaving away. I feel like with the stage I'm at, I kind of have to use the blood vials here. Great. It jumped into me at the exact moment I tried to evade the evade the thunder. I've got to find a way to potentially evade. I think, you see, it's funny with those kind of attacks. The first time I come up against them, I find some way to miraculously evade them. I think it was the same with the living failures and the meteor attack I did. I think they tried to kill me with it twice, and I only got hit once out of the 2 times. And most of the other attempts I had afterwards, I got hit almost every single time, and I got hit double most of the time. This one, the first time I got to Kos's second form, I think I survived. I completely dodged the lightning the first time, and then I survived it the second time. And it's like, if I try to do that now, I can't do it. Strange. I think being on the end of the map that's close to the entrance probably helped with that, I would say. If you get into the dangerous game of trying to dance around it, it's high risk, high reward. I feel like I might try and do that a bit more often, especially early on in the battle. Because I can save myself some blood vials. If I can get like a good series of hits in there and time my strafes and get a bit lucky with the moves, I could probably do a lot of damage for like little health bar loss. So I'll probably look into that. Because the whole kind of constantly standing off, waiting for it to move, come in, attack, try and escape again, etc. is fine, but I'm not good enough at it to make it reliable. So it takes time, it still takes blood vials, so like fuck it. I need to probably try and get in closer and just try and strafe around more of its attacks. What? I dodged that! Fuck off! I didn't take a single hit, man. I didn't take a single hit for the first 20%. Fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. There is no way that I got hit on that first one, man. I was well away from that. At least, like, if you're getting hit by, let's say, not the blade itself and, like, the shock wave or the whatever, the explosion of it hitting the ground, don't, like, don't let the character take the full damage from that, man. I took the same damage as I would have taken if I got hit square in the face. That's not fair. That's some fucking bullshit. Surely there's got to be like a reducing damage radius around it. I lost like 70% of my HP. Just when I think I've got the hang of it, I have like one, like half strafe that doesn't quite go right, or like half slip up, and it just goes. I really don't know if it's like stats related, like I'm taking too much damage here, or what. Yep. As you can see, this is why it's taking 30 to 40 attempts. I've kind of stopped commentating now. This is what happens, like, you know, a boss battle is difficult for me when I stop commentating, because like I can't repeat the same shit 30 times in a row. So it's likely that the winning attempt probably won't feature any commentary until I'm on like the last 20% of HP and I feel like I've got a chance. I've run out of things to say. I was getting to the second form quite consistently and then I've just started slipping up. I think I've been to the second form like 4 times now, something like that. 4 times, 5 times maybe. I've got up that percentage. And as usual, I think it was probably like attempt 6 or 7 or something like that where I got to the second form for the first time. And I got it down to about 20% of its HP. It's still my best attempt. Like 30 attempts later, I've not managed any better than that. That's just how Bloodborne goes sometimes. This is danger again. That one is so horrible. Okay, I got excited. I used one where I shouldn't. Gotta keep rolling. Oh. Ouch. Fucking hell. Adrenaline rush, man. I don't have an answer for most of his moves. Ah. Just got to try my best to stay alive here. Don't know what I can do about this. Fucking hell. What a loony. Run out of blood vials. No. This is the first time I run out of blood vials. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Okay. Well, I guess I've equaled or slightly bettered my best attempt. Again, I think that a lot of it comes down to having a lot of blood vials left for the final bit. There was a ton of near misses there as well. Oof. I was already past that. Nah. Sorry. Don't agree. I was well past that. I was well past it. Okay guys, I farmed for some more blood vials so that I could have more attempts against Orphan of Kos. And I think I might have enough for another level. I'd be close. Perhaps not quite there. So I have to sell a few little things. I think that's enough.
Hello, honorable, and you will very well.
Okay. Now. It's funny that Vitality only improves physical defense by 1 point, and so does increasing my strength. But I feel like I'm just going to keep going with strength here. I mean, if it increases my defense by the same number of points as Vitality does, then what the hell's the point?
Farewell, good hunt.
Okay, so I've got to make some more attempts against Orphan of Kos here. I've had 2 attempts where I've got to about 20% of his HP. I think I can do this. It's been very, very difficult so far. It's definitely, along with Ludwig, is probably the hardest thing I faced. So that, Ludwig, so Kos, Ludwig, what else? The thing in the fishing hamlet, man, the shark head thing, the whatever the flip that is with the anchor weapon. That thing, Gehrman, Ligarius. They're probably like my top 5 so far. One thing I want to investigate is if I can go out into the water and whether that matters. Aha, I can. Whoa. I thought it was going to get deeper. Okay, I'm not sure how this is going to benefit me. It's worth kind of exploring and seeing how... Because I mean, there were times when I got kind of stuck. When I got kind of stuck in the beachy area. Okay, so we're allowed up to about here. There seems like plenty of space though. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think with the 27 blood echoes and fighting out here, plus the extra experience, I think I got this. So I just got to remember which attacks to go for and which attacks to leave behind. It's annoying when it lifts its weapon up. I'm tilting to strafe left, but often it strafes backwards instead of left. It's difficult to get the strafe accurate. I think next time it lifts his blade up, I might try to strafe straight into it because I feel like in the worst way maybe I could bump into it and kind of slide behind it. I get hit by that tag way too many times. It's like I know what I need to do and what I want to do, but for some reason I'm not able to execute it, so I might have to approach that a bit differently. One thing I'm going to try is getting some charged up hits in with this, because I think this is more powerful in terms of charged up hits. So maybe it'll work. Let me just see. One swipe of that goes down to there. So it's slightly less with this, but I don't really need more than 2 hits anyway. Okay, now I can take a blood vial. Great. Just after I use my first blood vial. So I think what I got wrong about those was that I thought like they would keep going, but they have like a finite range. So if you're basically where it would explode anyway, then even if you strafe it, you still get hit because it's going to explode there regardless. So I thought it was the wall. And yes, if it hits the wall first, it's going to explode, but there's like a bad distance to be away from that. If you're at the perfect distance where it's going to explode anyway, then you're going to get hit. Now I think I'm doing decent damage with this, to be honest. The charge hits are working quite well. Yeah, fuck. I keep forgetting this. So yeah, strafe forwards and diagonally is always a bit more effective. Oh, what? That's too much damage. Are you kidding me? I swear I never took that much damage from that. Fuck off. I'm over 200 defense right now and I'm still like taking over half of my health bar for almost every single hit I get from this thing. Come on. I'm saying usually when you go this far away, either it does the uppercut attack or it jumps. And those are the two that we need. So we can do this. So I think I pretty much this... I don't know if you could really cheese it like this, but... just keep doing this and then just get further away again. Yeah, obviously you got to get that one right as well, but you get what I'm saying. So get sufficiently far enough that it has to rush towards you. And use one of those 2 attacks. Oh, fucking hell. See what I mean? I strayed forward, it still didn't work. Oh. I thought that was going to interrupt it, that's why I went for it. I thought because the backstab especially. Okay. That's working better though. So the whole idea of purposely distancing myself to draw out more of the attacks that I can dodge more easily, I think it makes more sense. If I do that and I'm patient, then I should be able to see the second form with quite a high number of blood vials, and that's going to play into my hands. So we'll see how it goes. When I'm near the middle, I think I'll wait. I'll try to get it to transition into the second form with a back attack like that. So if I have a fire paper, I do that, then it's ready to switch, and then maybe I can get a couple of extra hits in and stuff. So I don't know, I've got to start trying to get to second form now. I can get like 30-40% of its HP off with just maybe 2 or 3 blood vials maximum, so that's pretty good going so far. So if we play this game, I think we can do it. And when I say do it, I mean at least get to second form. That's not what I wanted to do, but that was kind of lucky. Really? I didn't realise I was at the edge. Gotta be careful. Get back into the middle. There we go. Okay. Oh, I was too late. Just something goes wrong every time. Ugh. Nope. So like here I can get to pretty easily with 2 or 3 blood vials, but from here on something just goes wrong and I just fuck it up. Come on. See, now it stops doing the moves I need it to do. There we go. Oh. Why did that happen that time? What about all the other times I did that? Strange. See, I'm starting to get better at the cat and mouse in the first form. Okay, alright, I see what's going on now. Yeah, it chose to use the worst possible combo at that time. Shit. It's the second form now. Okay. Here we go. Shit. I'm gonna stay at full health here. Keep smacking it. Keep just going around and smacking it. Shit. Oh, heal, quick. Come on. Keep at it. Getting close. Got it. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The fiery great sword of greatness. Now that's a visual. Woo! I need a minute now to calm down. That was intense. So yeah, in the second form, look how many blood vials I've got left. After all of those attempts, I won with 19 blood vials to spare. That's insane. Fuck me. What did we get here? I can't even find the thing that I got, to be honest. Oh, there it is. Oh, weird. What a strange weapon. When the carcass of Kos washed up on the coast, Its insides were teeming with tiny parasites, unlike any found in humans. This atypical weapon can only be clasped tight and swung, but a Kos parasite is said to stimulate phantasms inhabiting a lumenwood. Weird. So yes, my friends, that is the Orphan of Kos. Very, very difficult boss. Probably, I would say, in the second form, because probably, I think, because I stayed close to it, maybe, it didn't do a lot of its... it didn't do the lightning thing, so I managed to get away with not having to deal with the lightning thing. But I had 19 to spare, so there's a chance I could have survived the lightning anyway. But, yeah, just stuck close and just kind of kept dancing around it while it was trying to do its attacks. But I think with these kind of battles, there's an element of luck involved, like the moves it uses. I'm assuming when everything's happening that fast and the weapons are flying around and it's throwing bombs everywhere and all that kind of stuff, like the game's ability to calculate whether something hits or not can sometimes be a little bit arbitrary, so stuff that looks like it hits doesn't hit and all that kind of stuff. So, because it looked like it missed a ton of attacks, so I assume some of that is to do with my ability to strafe and dodge, but some of it is just a little bit of luck. So I don't know, man. Whatever it was, I mean, the first form I think I played it pretty well, and the second form I just did my best to just keep dancing, keep hitting, and keep healing as best I could. Right. What is this? Am I supposed to... Oh, sorry, there's a lamp here. So I wonder if this is the final lamp. Because I don't think there's anywhere else to go. Let me equip this. I can't. I need 20 arcane for it anyway. So it's obviously not anything to do with that. Nightmare slain. Do I get extra blood echoes for that?
Sweet child of Kos, turned to the ocean. A bottomless curse, a bottomless sea, accepting of all that there is and can be.
Okay. Am I supposed to head out there? Probably. I have enough for another upgrade here, which I should probably take. In case it heads into a final boss and I lose these 60,000 blood echoes.